Hey, this is Chris Rossi with Chasing Dreams, the nonprofit that I'm starting, and the cause which I started back in December of 2013. And, first thought of it in 2004. Realized I was to start working on it a little over 2.5 years ago. Um, and anyways, so this video is gonna be about um, how not only we could improve the world with this cause, with making the world a better place, but how, different ways that we think, we know what's best, like we go our own way instead of going God's way, or we try to do the right thing, but we have trouble knowing what the right thing really is. Um, so there's different things that we've done in history, whether it be in the present time, past, or what could happen in the future, whether it be how we are when it comes to employment, or how we are when it comes to housing or homelessness, or schools, or the justice system, or the police force, which is in that area justice system, but not quite same. Or what we think is best in terms of what people need for their health, whether it be mental or physical. How hospitals are, how we treat each other in society. And how American culture has been quite different than, like, say, the African culture, or the South American culture, or the Asian culture, or the European culture, or the Australian culture, or whatever other cultures there are out there, countries and stuff. Canadian culture. We can judge each culture saying this is wrong, that's wrong, and our own beliefs, and then people can say, well, don't put don't push God onto me. Well, some people can try to push God onto them, thinking, that's, they can actually be pushy about it, and just think what they're doing is the right thing. Which anybody who's trying to tell them about God, it's they're trying to do the right thing, trying to help them. But some people find, different reasons of why they do it. Where they're thinking, oh well, I'm trying to help the church, or I'm trying to help the this religion I'm with, and then other people it's because they want them to know God's love or know Jesus' love. They want them to have a relationship with Jesus Christ and God and have forgiveness and go to heaven. And there's so many different religions. There's Hindu religion, Judaism, Christianity, which is came from Judaism. There's Muslim. There's just tons and tons of them out there. That people will follow their own belief on what they think is right versus what is right. So which one is right? They can come down to, or when it comes to the government, which one is right, which one isn't, or what is right when it comes to schools, or how we should be when it comes to doing the right thing. The most important thing is that we're trying to do the right thing. However, all is centered to, no matter where it is, whether it be in government, whether it be in schools, whether it be in everyday life, whether it be in working, how we treat each other, how important that is. We think, oh, well, you know what, nowadays, it's like, as long as you're doing something to better your life, um, and doing something, where you're doing something for yourself, that's what matters the most. Like, don't worry about anyone else, worry about yourself. When did it come to the point where we had to be like, don't worry about others, worry about yourself? Do you realize that anything that you like, your clothes you're wearing, what you're eating, um, the house you're living in, that was built by someone else, whether they got paid or not. So why should we not worry about someone else? But when everything we do to help others will help it, so we can have a better society, so people can build houses. They can help you have that food they'll have. They can help make a better society. They make sure the society is more loving. So every time you help others, you're helping yourself. Every time you help others, you're helping create a better society. Every time you're trying to do something to progress society, to make life better for all, you're really making the world a better place. You're really doing something to do your part. In a way, it'd be like, go and do something for yourself. So not only you can have things go better for yourself, but you're really making your part in the world. Um, because believe it or not, like, without everybody else, without this earth, without water, without life, without everything, you wouldn't be able to have what you have. Some people say without God, which I believe, and I would like to say I know, that without God or Jesus, we wouldn't have anything. However, like, regardless of believing that or not, without, the universe, without the earth, without people, without all of life, we wouldn't be able to have it all. Period. Even though I would still go back to the God and Jesus, and how without all that, um, just how important, whether it be knowledge and wisdom and love, not giving up, being positive, really makes a difference. And how everybody that does their part in this world can really influence, really impact, really make that difference in everybody's life. How, all the stuff that you hear about, like whether it be the media, the newspaper, the internet, books, that really impacts the world, believe it or not. The way when bullies get away with bullying people in school, when people stay a long time in prison or jail, that could be either positive or negative, because it can say like, maybe people will more likely commit crime because they stay longer, or maybe they'll commit it less because of that. How this prison system could be better even when that's improved. Or how we judge each other, even when we think we're judging righteously. Do you realize that anytime someone is doing anything wrong, they're doing it because they think it's the right thing to do? Why would they keep doing it in the first place if they thought it wasn't the right? Even when it's bad or they're wrong and they know it's wrong, they're, as long as you're living, as long as you're doing things, as long as you're trying, you're doing what you think is your right in your own mind. Believe it or not, people be like, well, how is that so? Even if especially if you think and believe and already see it as a bad thing, how do you see it at? How do you think you're doing the right thing if you know it's bad or you believe this? Well, because in your own mind, you're doing it because you think it's right. It's like when Jesus Christ died on the cross. He said, "Forgive me, God. They do not realize what they do." It's not the exact scriptural verse, but it's pretty close to it. It's basically what he was saying. What Jesus Christ was saying. And that's what unconditional love is also about. Actually, it's about two things. One, to have unconditional love for people, no matter what they know what is right or wrong. But even when they don't know what is right, which I believe that regardless of people knowing right or not, they don't know. But if they don't know, it could be more of a chance they'll do things better once they know, because maybe they didn't know before and now they know, they'll change around. But it's that change of the heart, that realization, that understanding that what they're doing is wrong, to the point of like caring. When you start to care about like, wow, this is wrong, I need to stop. Because as long as you rationalize and think it's right to at least 1%, that's all it takes is 1% to think it's right to end up doing it. Whether it be drugs, alcohol, sex, food addiction, just any kind, not praying even, not reading the Bible, not going to church, anything you're doing, not going to school, but some people haven't gone to school, stealing, lying, cheating, not not being totally open with people, hiding things, avoiding things. The list goes on. As long as you think it's okay, or you accept it yourself. In order to do the right thing, you gotta really know what the right thing is, for one. And when you know what the right thing is, you gotta know in your heart what the right thing is. There's just so many ways in the world where there's influence and there's impact and there's everything that makes a difference. There's always been problems in the beginning of time. What we call sin, or what we call bad, good and bad. It's a matter though that the reason that there's hope, the reason that people can get better, the reason that everybody has a chance is because since the beginning of time there's been a lot of good, there's been a lot of love. Even with those people that have done wrong, they've done good too. Most or a lot of them. I would say most, but I'm not 100% sure of whether I could say that everybody's done at least some good. I'd like to believe and say that some have. No matter where you are on earth, that there's not only hope, but you could say that just the fact that there's very good possibility that they've done at least some good, and that just hope in itself. The more we go and say thank you to people, the more we say we care about them, the more we give them a hug, the more we smile at people, the more we be friendly with people, the more we stop judging them unrighteously, or judging them in a way that like they're bad, instead of like saying, well, what you're doing is wrong. Or, I believe, or I'd like to say you're doing wrong, and I want to see you do better. I want the best for you. I don't want to, no matter what you're going to keep doing, I'm going to always care about you, and I'll pray for you. Or I hope for you to do better. I hope for you to do good. I hope and believe that, that you can do the right thing, that you can be good, you can be loving, you can be positive. Whether even like people who are suicidal or people who can be very hateful or whatever. There's hope for all if you just gotta believe. Show people love and it goes a long ways. Show people compassion and makes that difference. Just so much bad in the world. The more good we put in the world, the more likely that we can take away that bad. We can spread by spreading a lot of love. We can help with getting rid of that hate, get rid of that bad, improving life in a big way. More. It's like just like spreading more wisdom. We can get rid of that a lot of foolishness. And giving people a chance, letting everybody have that opportunity. So, so let's make this world better. Whether it be in schools, whether it be when it comes to the police force, whether it comes from the government, whether it comes to society, whether it comes to hanging out with friends, family. How we need to bring families back together in America and even the world. Um, okay, let's do it together. Let's make this world better, whether it be with this cause in general. I really hope you'll be a part of this cause, but I hope you'll also just see this as a video of hope, a video of love, a video of positivity, a video that we can really, bring back all this love in people's lives, by really choosing to be loving, by choosing to pray, by choosing to put God first, by choosing to really give meaning more. Realize and let people know, that the world can improve, that the world can be good, that the world can have hope for all. Um, People can struggle. There can be so many things wrong. There's wars and people that think that what they're doing is okay. Including ISIS. Like they're thinking they're doing it okay, but if they could just get put in these mental hospitals, these prisons or whatever they need, be stopped, and then care about them. Pray for them. What we need to do is not stop hating them. Stop, being like, oh, what they're doing is wrong. We need to stop them. We need to stop them. Yes, we need to stop this violence. Whether it be and with ISIS, whether it be violence in America, whether it be violence in Africa, Asia, Canada, wherever, and anywhere and everywhere. When it comes to violence, when it comes to anything and everything that's wrong in the world, and show them love. Show them that everybody matters. Give them that hope. Give them that love. Make that difference for all. So I hope you like this video on the concentration dreams and about how the whole world matters, and how we should really do our part. Have a good day or night. God bless. Take care.